How's it going, everyone? My name is Carson with the Hello Auto Group, and today we have something very interesting. On my left side, we have the Subaru Outback Wilderness, and on my right side, we have the Mazda CX-50 Turbo. Now, why do I have these two vehicles? Well, they're both all-wheel drive, they're both off-road focused, and they both sit at a similar price point. So why not put them at a head-to-head? So we have four categories for this: performance, exterior, interior, and price point. And we're gonna see which one is the right trail runner for you. So we're starting our comparison here in the Mazda CX-50. Now, when you look at the design of the CX-50, you can tell that Mazda is definitely leaning more into the off-road capabilities, but they didn't want to lose their luxury premium flair that they've been putting in all of their other models. Now, the color we have here is the Soul Red Crystal Metallic, and it is gorgeous. It's definitely one of the best reds you can get on a new car today. Now, the front of the car is slightly reminiscent of the CX-5 if you're familiar with it, but it definitely has more sporty and aggressive styling that sets it apart. We have nice, sharp designed LED headlights with auto leveling, and we have two functional vents on each side of the bumper. Now, looking at the side profile, it's definitely that higher sitting SUV, which is normal for its class. We do get 20-inch aluminum alloy wheels, which look fantastic. I love the design. And as we move to the back, we get that same energy. We get very sporty and sharp taillights, along with dual exhaust, which I love. Not many car companies are doing the dual exhaust, so it looks great on this car. Now, everything I said about the exterior of the car is found here in the interior. Mazda did a great job making this feel so premium and so luxurious. We have soft touch material all around the car. Both seats are very nicely wrapped in leather. Both are power adjusted. The driver's seat has the ability to adjust your lumbar, and it has two-way position memory. Our steering wheel is very nice as well, completely leather wrapped. We have our paddle shifters on the back. We have all of our controls for our media on one side of the steering wheel and our driving assistance on the other side of the steering wheel. Now, at the center of our dash, we have a 10-inch full color display. Now, unfortunately, it isn't touchscreen, but we do have a dial down here that allows us to control the screen. It does come with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now, below our screen, we have our climate control, which is very nice to use, very simple and very straightforward. And we have our heated seats, which are also a nice touch. We have a very nicely wrapped shifter that is connected to a 6-speed automatic transmission. And right next to that, we have our drive mode selector that allows us to select between sport, normal, off-road, and towing modes. Now, above us, we have our cabin lights and we have our moonroof button. And the moonroof in this vehicle is fantastic. It goes all the way to the back seats. Everyone gets a very nice view. Now, here in the back seats, we still get that same premium and very comfortable environment. Now, I sit at 6 feet, and the fact that I have legroom and headroom means that there is more than enough space back here. It's very nice. Now, here in the center, we do have our cup holders that also acts as an armrest. Very nice. In front of us, we have two separate climate vents, and we have two USB chargers for each passenger. Now, the trunk is very nice and spacious. With the rear seats up, you do get 31.4 cubic feet of cargo space, but if you put them down, you get 56.3 cubic feet of cargo space, which is a nice amount of space. So this is the Outback Wilderness, and the first thing you can tell when you look at the whole design of the car is that they had adventure as their main priority. Now, for the headlights, we get very sporty looking LED steering responsive headlights, and a little bit lower we get a really cool hexagon styled LED fog light. And on the hood, you get a nice cool black stripe, which really adds to the sporty style. We get 17-inch aluminum alloy wheels, which look great and will be perfect for off-roading. And at the back of the car, the sporty utility style continues. We get a power tailgate, we get nice sporty taillights, and we do get dual exhaust, but they are tucked underneath the bumper. Now, inside the Outback, that same style continues. We have a lot of soft touch material, which is nice, but when you look at the overall design in here, you can tell that this is meant for taking it out and having fun on trails. Now, we get very nice leather seats with the Subaru Wilderness badge right on the headrest. And it's very nice because it has this gold stitching that goes all the way through it. The driver's seat has 10-way power adjustments, while the passenger seat has 8-way power adjustments. Now we have a nice commanding steering wheel that's leather wrapped with gold trimming all around it. Behind, we have our paddle shifters along with our media controls and our driving assistant controls. Now in the center of our dash, we have a 11-inch touchscreen display that has wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. Now, one feature I really like in this screen is that it allows us to check our driving statistics and our maintenance, so you can always be on point with it. Now, we also have the ability to change our different drive modes in our settings called X mode. Now in X mode, you have the ability to change from normal, snow and dirt, or deep snow and mud. Now a little bit lower, we have our shifter that is very well designed. It is black with gold accents, and we have gold stitching on our shift boot. Now this shifter is connected to an automatic CVT transmission that does have an 8-speed manual mode. Now if we look up, we have some more controls like our SOS button and our cabin light controls, but we also have our sunroof button. Now, unfortunately, we do not get a moonroof in the Wilderness, but the sunroof is still a nice touch. Now, here in the back seats, it's very comfortable as well. I have a lot of legroom and a lot of headroom, which is fantastic. In our center, we have our cup holders and our armrest, which is always a great addition. In front of us, we have 2 vents, which are controlled by each passenger. We have our heated seats for each seat. We have a USB Type-C and a USB Type-A charger. So you get a lot of options back here, which is fantastic. Now, because this is technically a wagon, you get a ton of space. With the rear seats up, you get 32.6 cubic feet of space. But if you put down the seats, you get 75.6 cubic feet of space. That is so much space to fit long items. It's fantastic. So let's move on to the drivetrain and the power for the CX-50 and the Outback. Now, when it comes to power, the CX-50 is no slouch. Here we have a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder turbo that puts out 227 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. Now, you can get this vehicle in all-wheel drive, and it has 8.3 feet of ground clearance. Now, the Outback actually makes some pretty good power. We have a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder boxer engine that puts out 260 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque. Now, we do have all-wheel drive here, but one thing that is very nice is you get 9.5 inches of ground clearance. So which one would you pick? Well, that really comes down to what your priorities are. Now, when we look at the Outback, we can definitely tell it is more set up for off-roading compared to the CX-50. So you're not going to get that same luxurious premium feel, but that's not what Subaru was going for. They were going for an off-road sporty utility car that is great for families and will be perfect for a trail. If I had to choose one with solely off-roading in mind, this would be the one. Now, the CX-50 does have its advantages. It is a nicer overall design, and the interior is much more premium. So if you're looking for something that actually bridges both worlds, a little bit of off-road and a little bit of a luxury premium feel, then the CX-50 is the way to go. But let us know, which one would you take? Would you take the Subaru or would you take the Mazda? My name's Carson, and we'll see you in the next video.